exercise in communities. Abuja entrepreneur loses 150 million naira poultry farm. On the foreign scene, China's unworkable housing rescue math prolongs crisis. And now the news in detail. Minister of Housing and Urban Development Ahmed Dangiwa has emphasized the deployment of local materials in construction projects in Nigeria's push for sustainable and affordable housing. The minister believes this would address the country's growing housing deficit while promoting eco-friendly building practices. Speaking at the 2024 Akibuilt Exposition in Abuja on Tuesday, Dangiwa called on architects and construction professionals to adopt eco-friendly and climate-smart building practices as the country tackles its growing housing deficit. He stressed the need to incorporate local materials in construction projects, which he said would not only lower costs but also benefit the local economy. The minister also highlighted Nigeria's growing population, expected to exceed 400 million by 2050, and the challenges of rapid rural-urban migration. Some natives of the FCT have appealed to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to use his power to put an end to demolition of their rural communities without proper settlement or compensation. The natives, who lamented the demolition of about 100 houses in Paduma 2 village in Guzape district on September 4th, said that no notices were given to them before the exercise. The Madaki of Paduma 2, Simon Baba Yerima, told newsmen that it was sad that the government they had always supported failed to carry them along in the planned demolition of their houses. Baba Yerima added that the demolition exercise had worsened their suffering during this moment when Nigeria is faced with a very serious socio-economic challenge. Akomolafe Henrik Banks, an Abuja-based entrepreneur, has lost his 150 million naira poultry farm in Abuja to a demolition exercise executed by the Federal Capital Development Authority. This happened recently, about 4 months after Banks had supported similar demolition exercise in Lagos State. Banks claimed the demolition happened without prior notice, destroying his investment and leaving over 50 workers jobless despite having all legal documents to occupy the land. Recall that in May, Banks had praised the Lagos State government for its demolition efforts in Mende Villa, Lagos, targeted at removing buildings obstructing waterways. The Sidikpon community in Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State is raising concerns over a recent government-led demolition of their security gate, warning that it leaves them vulnerable to criminal attacks. According to newsmen, the demolition, spearheaded by officials from the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, has exposed the 6 villages within the community to potential threats from marauders, according to local leaders. With a population of over 4,000 residents, the community spokesperson Akim Shofela, representing the Bale in council, alleged that the demolition was carried out without prior notice. Shofela stated that the senior special assistant to the governor, Tunde Olugbewesha, led the operation alongside armed policemen who used an excavator to destroy the security gate. The officials claimed the land was part of a government acquisition despite earlier concessions made to the community. In Maiduguri, thousands of inhabitants have been displaced with the Nigerian Correctional Service capturing 3 inmates after a jailbreak, while 80% of animals at the Sandag Yarimi Park Zoo died as Borno State suffered its most devastating flood disaster in 30 years. Following the disaster, President Bola Tinubu called for the immediate evacuation of residents in communities overtaken by floods. 70% of Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, has been submerged by the fast-moving waters, according to the National Emergency Management Agency, while the flood also ravaged other major city locations, including the palace of the Shehu of Borno, Umaru Gabai El-Kanemi, the State Secretariat, Post Office, Cemetery, Lagos area, Balabulin, Gwange, Monday Market, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, and Kofa Shehu. 3 people have been confirmed dead following the collapse of a building in Kofa Bai quarters, Birnin Kudu local government area of Jigawa State. The public relations officer of the Jigawa State Police Command, DSP Lawan Adam, confirmed the incident in a statement. He noted that the police, in conjunction with a Good Samaritan, launched a rescue mission and were able to evacuate 7 individuals. He added that when the victims were rushed to the hospital for treatment, 3 were confirmed dead. He listed the deceased as Khalifa Ahmed, 13, Tijani Ahmed, 12, and Rabiu Ahmed, 12, all from the same address. And on the foreign scene, in May, China's central government urged more than 200 cities to buy unsold homes to ease oversupply. More than 3 months later, over 29 have heeded the call. The glacial pace of implementation, driven in large part by the unattractive economics of the plan for local government, underscores the challenge President Xi Jinping faces as he tries to arrest a record property slump that's threatening to undermine the country's growth targets. The plan has been a key part of the government's attempt to shore up the real estate sector while achieving Xi's goal of creating more affordable housing. The disappointing progress raises the pressure for more forceful measures as China tries to deal with 382 million square meters of excess inventory, equivalent to the size of Detroit. More stories on Housing TV News at the top of the hour. I am Phoebe Onwabuije. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing development broadcasting.
Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
Be a part of the construction revolution as we take you on a voyage of everything building and beyond. The Artisan Show. Join us weekly on a journey into construction excellence, a program brought to you by the Council of Registered Builders of Nigeria, COBON, to bring you insights that transcend the ordinary. From promoting stellar construction practices to mobilizing building technologists for national impact, and your gateway to the latest standards and industry best practices. The Artisan Show, where every brick tells a story. Showing weekly on Housing TV Africa.
When the city is getting too loud. You need a home. Home is love, peace, and tranquility. Home is Housing TV Africa. Housing TV Africa, your first in housing news.
If you want to get credible and authentic news on real estate and housing development in Africa, or you need that educative platform on how you can own a home through mortgage, look no further. We've got you covered. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on Housing TV Africa, where we bring you latest news on real estate, affordable housing, mortgage, and building technologies and materials. Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube. Subscribe now and get best of educative information on housing across Africa. Powered by the largest housing event in Africa, AIHS.